Get flipped if you tryna get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long on 1st and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name. We want back ends, wipe my sins.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Miami Dolphins. It's an Indian summer afternoon, perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Well, he's going to take a shot right up. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They run it here with Thompson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
To throw on 2nd down, Barton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Barton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Back to throw. Barton. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Ooh, 88. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill eluding the pressure right. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and they will... set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They go play action here on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw again, Barton. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right. And this is taken in at the 5. They give him a gain of 37.
Sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and goal from the 1. He's going to get it running right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Looking to throw. Barton. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here come the Dolphins. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They give it to Anderson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back to throw. Barton under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Jordan Phillips forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Looking to throw. Barton. A deep ball for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A first throw for the backup Osweiler. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Osweiler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side. Reed. A very solid gain of 27.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now Thompson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Barton. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Now Osweiler on 1st down. A dump off to Anderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On the left side, this is Stills. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! I got 86.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. And some room to work. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Osweiler. And this is going to be incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Sanders' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So out now come the Redskins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this time he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Off the play fake. Barton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Chris Thompson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Man,
he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there just before halftime. 72 yards. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. From the gun, it's Osweiler. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Malcolm Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Barton dumps it off for Geist. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Off play action. Barton. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Barton. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Barton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Osweiler on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Osweiler now to throw on third down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Detroit! Detroit! Let's go.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. Third down here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Over!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan able to drop him for a loss of 4. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Osweiler. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Matt Ioannidis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down. Barton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw on second down. Barton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Barton. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Back to throw. Barton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Barton. He's going to air it out deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 42 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And
looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Stills the intended target.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
he's stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, a run with Thompson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Barton. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Everyone's got 4 down.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he coughed it up. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator is going to call every blitz.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Redskins look to get this one back. And indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it in.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Coney Ely in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Osweiler now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Osweiler. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. And Stills over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Again, Osweiler. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for the in. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's brought in by Dodson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down. Barton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Osweiler. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Off to Geis on the screen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Back to the air on second down. Barton. Complete. Richardson has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Back to throw. Barton is going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the...
Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain it.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
A road win in the National Football League.